give you a quick overview of Lake Louise based upon our experience. Um, Here's parking lot base area here. All this over here on the right hand side is backside, further to reach, but I'll get to that in a minute. One thing to note is on some maps, I think maybe even the icon map on the app does not have this Pipestone Express ridge lift on it, even though it was added, I think, at the end of 2024. So you can either take the Juniper to Pipestone or Glacier to Top of the World to get to Summit Chair and or the backside up here quickly if you want. Or you can take this Grizzly Gondola. That also gives you access to the backside as well. Um, we did start one day up here, got to the summit chair, was so frigid, so windy, like just top of the mountain blowing, ice everywhere on the lifts and stuff, just complete tundra, frozen tundra. Went down to this West Bowl area, which is a newer area that they added in the last year or two, but um, it was a little hairy getting down into the West Bowl through the traverse. West Bowl itself was pretty fun with good snow, but West Bowl gully here, we went down in this, and it's not nearly as wide open as it was pretty steep, treed, narrow, and bumpy, all combined. So it took about 45 minutes at least for this run here from the summit down to the West Bowl and back to the Pipestone Express. And we only did that once. So just if you're going over there and know what you're getting into, we didn't do a ton on the front side here. There are some blue ways. We took end of day down through here, through some of these blacks, blues, greens, just different ways to get through, but didn't really spend a lot of time over here. Lars Express has, some blacks, blues, greens, a little bit for everyone. We did do this shoot over here. You have to go through a gate. It's just treed and steep and right snow conditions. Was pretty fun. Just a little slower to get through. And then this rock garden over here was pretty unique. It's probably more a black than a blue. I would say you have to take a narrow traverse through the trees here to get to it. And then when you get to it, it's just a huge boulder field that's just covered with snow. And so you're going around rocks. I think it depends probably too how much snowfall they've had and stuff as to how visible they are and how unique it feels and looks. But if you're adventuresome, something to check out at least once. We probably did it 3 or 4 times because the boys really liked it and thought it was unique and cool. Um, and then you flip around to the backside, so orientation, Ptarmigan chair here is right here, and here's Larch Express with the rock garden over here. This Richardson's Express lift is new here. It opened a couple weeks before we got there in 2025. Wasn't supposed to even open until the start of 2026, sometime in January, but it did open early and had some blues and greens over here. I mean, it was okay if that's your thing. We didn't spend a ton of time over here. Both these ptarmigan and paradise chairs, if I recall, are both pretty slow and old here on the backside. The nice thing is, though, on all these lifts, they do have greens that traverse around generally. This is where that top of the world from the other side of the pipestone from the other side comes up, so they all kind of meet up here. This Eagle Ridge is really hiked to uphill from this Paradise Chair, even though it doesn't look that way. We didn't do anything other than we did this Paradise Bowl a couple times, which is pretty fun as long as there's visibility and some orientation because it's just above the trees, and then came down here through this Hell's Kitchen and below the lower five or in the lower five. Um, and coming around here, there's also Blue Traverse as well, and just a bunch of different shoots. I don't know. Uh, some of these, like more wide open, just kind of appeared to be bowls at the point, and I didn't see a lot of double blacks, or a lot of double blacks weren't necessarily open. But here's where that summit chair comes up. Even off of that, you can get a blue on the backside. Most of these traverses are groomed. I just don't know about this one through here. Um, Ate here at the Temple Lodge one day. Ate at the top, which was a sit down kind of bar place. Thought it would be quicker than um, then the battling with the cafeteria part there in Temple Lodge, but it just took a lot. It was food was decent and just open, but it was a lot of time just spent there waiting on slow service. The other place we ate, there's like a couple of places here in the base lodge here. We did not check out this White Horn Bistro or anything. There's just kind of a almost like a cafeteria food court here near this rental area on the front side. Hope this was helpful. If you have specific questions, just let me know.